Convention on the Rights of the Child, adopted by General Assembly Resolution 4425 of November 20, 1989. Part 2. Article 42. States parties undertake to make the principles and provisions of the Convention widely known to both adults and children, using appropriate and effective means. Article 43. 1. In order to review the progress made by states parties in fulfilling the obligations assumed under this convention, a Committee on the Rights of the Child shall be established, which shall perform the functions provided for below. 2. The committee shall consist of 10 experts of high moral character and recognized competence in the field covered by this convention. The members of the committee are elected by the participating states from among their nationals and serve in their personal capacity, with attention being paid to equitable geographical distribution, as well as to the main legal systems. 3. The members of the committee shall be elected by secret ballot from among the persons included in the list nominated by the states parties. Each state party may nominate one person from among its citizens. 4. Initial elections to the committee shall be held no later than 6 months after the date of entry into force of this convention, and thereafter, once every 2 years. At least 4 months before the day of each election, the Secretary General of the United Nations shall address a letter to the participating states inviting them to submit their candidacies within 2 months. The Secretary General shall then compile, in alphabetical order, a list of all persons so nominated, indicating the states parties that have nominated these persons, and shall submit this list to the states parties to this convention. 5. Elections shall be held at meetings of states parties convened by the Secretary General at United Nations headquarters. At these meetings, at which 2/3 of the states parties constitute a quorum, those candidates who received the largest number of votes and an absolute majority of the votes of the representatives of the states parties present and voting shall be elected to the committee. 6. The members of the committee are elected for a 4-year term. They have the right to be re-elected if they are nominated again. The term of office of the 5 members elected at the first election expires at the end of a 2-year period. Immediately after the first election, the names of these 5 members are determined by lot by the chairman of the meeting. 7. In the event of the death or retirement of a member of the committee, or if he or she is no longer able to serve as a member of the committee for any other reason, the state party that nominated that member of the committee shall appoint another expert from among its nationals for the remainder of the term, subject to the approval of the committee. 8. The committee shall establish its own rules of procedure. 9. The committee elects its officers for a 2-year term. 10. The sessions of the committee shall normally be held at United Nations headquarters or at any other appropriate location determined by the committee. The committee, as a rule, holds its sessions annually. The duration of the session of the committee shall be determined and, if necessary, revised at the meeting of the states parties to this convention, subject to approval by the General Assembly. 11. The Secretary General of the United Nations shall provide staff and facilities for the effective performance by the committee of its functions in accordance with this convention. 12. The members of the committee established in accordance with this convention shall receive remuneration approved by the General Assembly from the funds of the United Nations in the manner and under conditions established by the General Assembly.